Hello everyone, this is Tanu and today I'm gonna start the video of continued part of a DBMS of Diploma CET for the CS branch, and it is the third part of the DBMS, and I hope that all my videos are helping you also, that please share with your friends so that they can also get a help from it. And so please do like, subscribe and comment to my channel so I can do more videos and reply you back, and hit the bell icon button to get notifications of my new video. Okay, let's begin. Move to the schemas and instances. Schemas means the database of description called database schema or schema. So it is not expected to change frequently, and the conventional representation of a schema is tier architecture. Schema, it only description of a database, then it is called a schema, where it has three types: internal level, conceptual level and external level. So internal level means internal level has an internal schema which describes the physical storage structure of the database. It means it only tells the outlook storage structure of the database. Then conceptual level means conceptual level has a conceptual schema, so which describes the structure of a whole database for the group of users. So before that, it describes the structure of a whole database for the group of users. Let me tell about the external level. So external level has an external schema which includes the number of external schemas or views. It includes the both external schemas and views. Let's move to the instances. The actual in a database at a particular moment is called as a database instance. It means a particular moment going on moment of a database is called as an instance or a snapshot. So this may change frequently based on the time due to some network issues or else some error issues. So every time it may go on changing, and every time on update operations is applied, will get another new database called as a current database. And the schema sometimes called as an intention, and some data with the values are called as an extension. So next one is data independence, the capacity to change the schemas at one level of the database without having to change the schemas at the next higher level. It means data independence has a capacity to change from one level to another level of a schema without changing the not a schema database from one level to another level of a database without changing a schema. It is called a data independence. So this data independence is explained by using a three schema architecture. It is very important, and they are of the two types: logical data independence and physical data independence. So first one is logical data independence. It has a capacity to change the conceptual schema without having to change the external schema or application program. It means it has a capacity to change the conceptual schema without a change in external schema. Then physical data independence means it has a capacity to change the internal schema without having to change the conceptual schema. It is a vice versa, but logical means external schema, whereas physical means internal schema. So here some of the DBMS languages are SDL, which is used to specify the internal schema, and DDL, which is used to specify the conceptual schema only, and VDU to specify user menus and their mappings to the conceptual schema, and DML, it provides a manipulation including retrieval, insertion, deletion, modifications of any data for the purpose. And DBMS interfaces are total, there are 6 types. First one is a menu based interface, second one form based interface, third one graphical user interface, fourth one natural language interface, fifth one interfaces for parametric user, and sixth one is interfaces for the DBA. Next, move to the entity, and it is a thing which is an independent exist, or it is a real world object or a concept that describes a database. So it is denoted or written inside the rectangular box. Okay, then entity set means a group of a similar kind of an entity is called as an entity set. And the types of an entities are strong entity and weak entity. So whereas strong entity means it is a independent entity and not dependent to any other entities, because it has its own key. So it is also written in a rectangular box. For example, parent is a strong entity. Second one is a weak entity, which is a dependent entity. Means where, for example, child is a weak entity, where child is relatively dependent on the parent. So it is a weak entity, and it is denoted or written inside the double box of rectangle. And move to the attributes. What do you mean by attributes? Attributes means it tells the characteristic property of an entity. It means how the entity is. There are two types, simple versus composite. So whereas simple attribute means attributes that are not divisible are called as simple, or else atomic attribute we can call it as, and most of them are primitive and it is denoted in oval shape. Whereas composite attributes can be divided into some subparts, so it is called as a composite attribute. Second one, single valued attribute. This means entity should contain or should access only one value for that entity. So that is called a single value attribute. It should have only one value for the particular entity. And opposite to it is multiple value attribute. It means an entity can access or can record more than one value, then it is called a multiple value attribute. Definition is here: attribute can take a more than one value for an entity is called a multiple value attribute. And third one is stored and derived attribute, which means stored means sometimes two or more attributes values are related to each other, so that they are called as stored and derived. For example, if we give a date of birth, we can derive the age, and we can also, if the entity is an employee, then we can store the entity like employee number, employee name, employee phone number, etc. That is called stored and derived attribute. So it is denoted as an oval shape. Next one, fourth one is key and null attribute. Key attribute means attribute which identifies the unique tuple for a particular entity. That is called as a key attribute. Key. So for example, employees identity number, it means they are very unique and they are not repeated, so it is a key attribute. So they cannot be changed and they cannot be make a duplicate or redundancy. Then next, null attribute means the entity which do not have any value, then it is called as a null entity. Null attributes, we do not know the value of an attribute for a particular entity or a lack of a value, that is called as a null attribute. This completes some concepts of the DBMS, and you just go through the playlist of my YouTube channel so that you can get previous of DBMS videos and upcoming videos also. And please do like, subscribe and share to my channel, share the videos and subscribe to my channel. I hope you all like this video, and thanks for watching.